Alright, match number 1 with Burn. We have only a single mountain. Not great. We'd rather have 2 or 3. But we have 4 1-damage burn spells, including 3 of the best one, which is a Lightning Bolt. So I think we can keep this. Even if we don't draw a mountain for the first, 2 turns, we're still okay. Most likely. Swiftwater Cliffs. Okay, let's see if we actually can beat an Izzet Drake deck. Suspend that. This does allow them to counterspell it if they want, but that's fine with me. If they use a counterspell on that. Preordain, okay. Bottom with Preordain. They are digging for something else. Alright, there's the Boiler Works. They go back up to 7 cards in hand. Riftbolt comes out, suspend. Thermal Alchemist, okay. Should I Riftbolt again, or should I hold up Lightning Bolt this time? Let's Riftbolt again, that's fine. If they play a creature like a Seagate Oracle, I'm not particularly interested in Lightning Bolting it. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to kill them before they get to 5 mana this game, and before they get to start chaining Peregrine Drakes. Riftbolt comes off. I'm going to target the face here. I want to have something on the table I can hit with this Searing Blaze if I draw a mountain, and I decide to do that at some point. Alright, there's the mountain. So here I get to get underneath Counterspell, which makes Curse of the Pierced Heart good, since they can't remove it at all. The problem is that Curse is pretty slow compared to them. In 2 turns, they're going to have 5 mana. I could go Thermal Alchemist to force them to use removal this turn. The problem is that between their Lightning Bolts and their Flame Slashes, they can just spend 1 mana on that and then 3 mana on another Seagate Oracle or Compulsive Research, so it doesn't really hurt them that much to get rid of it. I could just go full creatureless this game. So I could go land, Searing Blaze this, they go to 12. Untap, Bolt, untap, Bolt, and some other 3 damage thing and kill them. I think that's probably my best bet. And also getting rid of the Seagate Oracle slows down their clock on me just a little bit, and also doesn't let them blink Peregrine Drake plus Seagate Oracle with Displace, or not Displace, that's the new one, Ghostly Flicker. Now I just need to draw another 3 damage and not get anything countered. And I probably will get at least 1 thing countered, but because my spells are so much cheaper than theirs and they don't even have their second blue source yet, my burn should be able to outrace their counter magic. If they can go infinite on turn 5, then I'm not going to be able to win, most likely. And I knew that Swiftwater Cliffs was coming down. I should have remembered that. Alright, so I'm going to go Curse this time. Hold open Lightning Bolt. This way, if they play Untap Land Peregrine Drake, I can shoot it. Alright, now there's Swiftwater Cliffs. Seagate Oracle, okay. You can have that. That should not be relevant at all. Except for whatever card they find with it, obviously. The body shouldn't be relevant. Alright. Lightning Bolt to face. I don't think they're going to play Dispel main deck. Fire Blast, okay. They are dead. That's 6, 10. And I can do this all before they untap, so they have to have Dispel main deck. Alright. And we found a way to beat Izzet Drake, and it's by running Burn. So if you're willing to run Burn, this might be the best deck for the next couple months. Or one of the best decks. Other aggressive decks do also work. Alright, so sideboarding against Izzet Drake. We don't care about Electrickery or Martyr of Ashes, because they don't have a bunch of small creatures to remove. We don't care about Smash the Smithereens, since they have no artifacts. What we care about is the 4 Pyroblast for sure, and the 2 Molten Rain. Should we be able to find room for taking out their bounce lands. Incinerate can come out. So what I'm going to cut here is the Searing Blazes. It only really deals with Seagate Oracle early, and otherwise I can't cast it. And against Peregrine Drake, I just don't want to cast it all. I want to counter it with Pyroblast, so the Searing Blazes are going to come out. And also Curse of the Pierced Heart is pretty slow, so I'm going to cut one of those. and we'll submit. Alright, 2 lands. Got a Pyroblast. This is fairly good. Turn 1, tap land. Turn 2, curse. Turn 3, Pyroblast something and exile Rift Bolt. Turn 4, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I like this hand. Opponent mulligan to 6. Put a card on the bottom. And they also have a Forgotten Cave. Another land. I still want to play tap land this turn. I don't think I need a Lightning Bolt anything right away, or Pyroblast right away. If they go Island Preordain, I don't really care about countering that. I mean, I would like to counter it. It would be nice to. But it's a lot better to save this for Izzet Drakes or Mold Drifters. Boiler Works picks up Forgotten Cave. Alright, curse time. Once again, I could hold open Pyroblast for like Seagate Oracle or Compulsive Research this turn, but I'd rather get the curse damage started, and I would rather use this to counter 5-drop. Alright, Preordain. Bottom and top, so they did find one card they wanted. Alright, play a Guildgate. That means they still have Forgotten Cave in their hand. They might cycle later. Alright, I could hold a land in hand for landfall, but I got rid of Searing Blaze, so that doesn't make any sense, so ignore me. Let's go ahead and Lava Spike them while they're tapped out. I'm also going to Chain Lightning them while they're tapped out, since this is something they can copy since they are a red deck. And I could actually do my other Chain Lightning right now if I wanted to. Or I could do Rift Bolt. And the reasoning behind that would be that they're not going to have 5 mana next turn, so there's nothing that important to Pyroblast yet. So which of those 2 options do I want to go with? Probably Rift Bolt. Worst case scenario, they're able to copy this Chain Lightning if I wait on it, and them copying the Chain Lightning to deal 3 to me doesn't really do anything most of the time. Whereas Rift Bolt will always take a turn to get ready, so let's go ahead and exile that. They're going to go down to 12 from this curse, 9 from this, and then if I draw another 3 damage burn spell for 1, we could theoretically kill them if they have no Swiftwater Cliffs and no counter spells. Alright, there's that Forgotten Cave. Second Preordain. Bottom and top, so they found one card they wanted again. Alright, and they are passing. They probably have Hydro Blast, potentially Dispel. They're brought out of their sideboard. So even if we do draw like another Lightning Bolt, we can't count on actually just having the win here. Alright, there's a land. Let's go Chain Lightning. I'll play my land first, why not? Just in case they have Mana Leak for some reason. I don't think they play it in their main deck or sideboard in basically any configuration of this deck. But alright, we'll hold on to the Lightning Bolt so we can shoot a Izzet Drake if it somehow slips past a Pyroblast. Alright, and it looks like they're not going to go for it. Alright, they're just passing the turn. So I could Lightning Bolt them now, let them counterspell, or I could just wait until they're closer to tapped out. Eventually they're going to need to tap out for a 5-drop. Alright, Thermal Alchemist, force them to spend some removal on that. If they counter this, there's no way I'm going to fight over it with a Pyroblast. Alright, they didn't remove the Thermal Blast on our turn. Thermal Alchemist on our turn. They took their 1 from Curse to go down to 4. Swiftwater brings them up to 5. And they're on 5 mana. Are they going to go for a 5-drop and get blown up by Pyroblast? I sure hope so. Lightning Bolt that, yep, no problem. Okay. Alright, get to do the same thing again. Drew another Thermo Alchemist. Keep on forcing them to deal with that. If they have to keep removal in hand to deal with Thermo Alchemist, that means that's fewer cards that they can scry to the bottom just looking for Peregrine Drakes and Muldrifters. They go to 4. Alright, so now they're going to go for their 5-drop now that they have mana up to protect it looks like. And they're floating mana as well, so it looks like this is a Peregrine Drake. So, Pyroblast. And let's see if they have the Hydroblast or the Counterspell. They most likely do. Alright, there's the Counterspell. So at this point, I'm going to Lightning Bolt. And the reason I'm going to Lightning Bolt is they can do a lot of things on their turn now. A lot. But as long as they do not kill me, they cannot possibly win the game. Regardless of, even if they have to go infinite here, basically. So, time for me to F6 and see if this Peregrine Drake and 3 cards in hand is enough to let them win. Oh, also, if they deal with the curse somehow without getting life, they also have to deal with the Thermal Alchemist, because that can deal damage too. It looks like their last card in hand was, in fact, a Muldrifter. So they had exactly Peregrine Drake, Counterspell, Arcumancer, Ghostly Flicker, Muldrifter. That's what they had, exactly. And they needed roughly exactly that to have a guaranteed shot at winning through the Pyroblast. Anywho, this deck is extremely obnoxious. It should have been banned in the last Ban and Restricted update, and I have no idea why it wasn't. And I'm still waiting for Wizards to explain their reasoning. My current guess to their reasoning is that they just don't pay enough attention to Pauper. So like 1 or 2 people spent like all of 20 minutes or less on this decision and said, oh, it's it's not that bad, when in actuality most of the players believe that it is that bad. So pay more attention to Pauper, please. Talk to actual Pauper players. Doesn't have to be me. Can be basically anyone, because almost everyone was saying it needed to be gone. But yet, look, still, here it is. So we're still dealing with it, unfortunately. Anywho, that's enough of me complaining about Peregrine Drake, at least for this match. So I'll concede, and we'll go to game 3. Alright, get to be on the play. And we have a 4-land hand, which is fairly awful. Keldon Marauders is nice. We can go turn 2 Keldon, turn 3 Thermo. Make them remove both of them, or take 5 from this, and who knows how much from that. I think this hand is good enough. It's not great. I'm not going to play the Chain Lightning right away, because I have plenty of mana. I can cast it later. It is kind of awkward, since they could pay the red, copy it, and kill one of our creatures. But I won't do that. If they have red mana up, I won't cast this. Second Thermo Alchemist. Does that mean I should play the Thermo first? Yeah, I think it does. Now that I have 2 of them, I think I'm going to play Thermo first. And then I can tap it, Chain Lightning, tap it again, Keldon Marauders next turn. Hydroblast it off the table, okay. And is it Guildgate? Alright. I have so few spells in hand, I think I just want to go with Keldon Marauders now. I can save this the Chain Lightning until after the Thermal Alchemist gets a chance to try to resolve. But for now, I'm going to try to do 5 with this Keldon Marauders, unless they remove that too. Or play Seagate Oracle Chump Block. Oh, looks like they're going to be taking 5 from this. That's sweet. Alright. Thermal Alchemist. Counterspell. I think I'm gonna go. Well, no, it's not worth Pyroblasting this. No, I'm gonna be conservative. This Thermal Alchemist is really not that great with 1 spell in hand. I know I'm gonna draw more spells eventually, but I need to keep this for their 5 mana spells. Force them to wait until turn 6 or 7 to be able to play them in the future. All right, this is gonna get them back a Hydroblast or a Counterspell, so I can't let this resolve. It's too much advantage. And I need to draw really well right now. And I drew a land. Well, in 4 draw steps, I drew 2 lands. And now I'm going to lose. I probably... 4-lander was a risky keep, but 2 lands is way more than you would expect to draw on average in this deck. I expect to draw 1. And the difference between drawing 2 spells and 3 spells is pretty huge. If I had another creature resolve here, or a Pyroblast, or... yeah, even another instant speed burn spell, so I could actually take down Izzet Drake in response to the untap trigger, that'd be something. And now, the deck designed to specifically go underneath Izzet Drake decks is going to lose to Izzet Drake match 1. Alright, drew a lightning bolt. I need our opponent to draw very, very poorly to be able to erase them with just 6 damage against their 16 life. Alright, Chain Lightning. I'm doing this now just in case I can fool them into paying for it, because if they pay for it, then I can pay for it back and deal 6 to them with this. They're probably, yeah, they're not going to fall for it. Sorcery speed removal isn't that great against this deck anyway, since if they get to go nuts with Izzet Drake, it's basically all over. Alright, 7 damage, we're 6 away, so if we draw 2 more 3 damage effects in a row, and they don't kill us before then, we might be able to do it. But it looks like they're going to go nuts with the 5-drop here, and I have no Pyroblast to contest it. Muldrifter, okay. Thermo Alchemist. Let's play a game called, in their 7 cards, drawing to 8, do they have any lightning bolts or flame slashes? Or a way to just kill us? The answer is probably yes. Swiftwater Cliff gains them a life. Archaeomancer, getting back what? Hydroblast? Counterspell? Hydroblast is strictly better than Counterspell here. Hydroblast that off the table. Okay, can't do anything about that. Take our 2. Alright, we need to draw 7 damage in 2 turns, so we need one of them to be Fire Blast. Or Pyroblast, okay. Muldrifter. Let's play a game called Please Don't Have a Hydroblast or a Counterspell. Okay, wow. We actually were able to get rid of that Muldrifter. That's a big deal. We take 3. We could theoretically win on our next turn if they have no counterspell, which it seems like they don't because they let the Muldrifter go away. We would have to draw all 4 needle drops. We'd have to draw a needle drop and go lightning bolt, needle drop, needle drop, needle drop, needle drop for 7. Draw into a 3 damage spell for 10, and then Fire Blast for 14. Nobody calculate the odds on that because it's never going to happen. Okay, Lava Spike. Are you going to counter that? Okay, I just need them to somehow have no counter magic, somehow not kill me, and then I can go Lightning Bolt, Fire Blast, top deck Fire Blast, and win. And also no more Swiftwater Cliffs. Let's see what happens. We got a 3 out of 44 chance of drawing a Fire Blast. It's like a 6 or 7% chance. Alright, this looks like it's the Izzet Drake turn. Let's see how much damage they can do with this. No point in shooting the Izzet Drake in response because they already have Ghostly Flicker mana up. Seagate Oracle. Ghostly Flicker, okay. Well, I feel like I have to go for this. Should I cut them off with cards or mana? I think I'm just going to pretend they have nothing in hand. Why would they flicker these two? Does this mean they already have another Ghostly Flicker in hand? Oh my goodness. I guess, whatever. I'll get rid of the Izzet Drake. If they have another Ghostly Flicker in hand, they can just do whatever they want in response to this Lightning Bolt. But I also can't just let this resolve. Hydro Blast, okay. Fire Blast that? Maybe? See if that does anything? Yeah, but there's no winning this. They already have infinite mana if they just targeted these two, which means they probably have another Ghostly Flicker in hand. Counterspell. Alright, let's F6 and see what they've got. And they just passed the turn. So they could have made infinite mana and drawn infinite cards there, and they chose not to. It doesn't matter because we're dead anyway. We're taking 6 and then we're taking 6, and we can't kill them with one draw step. Alright, well, that's game. Oh, also with So Far Eclipse. Alright, on to match 2. See if we can actually take out a different Izzet Drake deck.